BackgammonGalaxy.com presents Backgammon Pro Analysis.
What's up, Backgammon fans? This is Mark Olsen from BackgammonGalaxy.com. Today we have a very special guest for you guys, the one and only Super Grandmaster Mochy. Welcome to the show, Mochy.
Hello. This is Mochy from Tokyo. I'm very honored to be here, and we're gonna see a very exciting match.
Yes, today we're gonna look at a match that we already did some commentary on in the video series Grandmasters Roasting Amateurs, but there were several blunders in this match and we felt like we needed a bit more time to explain some of the strategic errors they made. So we decided to make another video where we analyze this match and we go in a slower pace. We use the analysis module on Backgammon Galaxy, and we'll have more time to let Mochy explain what's going on and some of the mistakes they did. So let's get going, Mochy.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, so off the bat, we see a blunder in the first roll.
Yeah, which is actually interesting because, 50 years ago, before the modern backgammon era, people play like this, I think, because at that time people thought the 3-point is too deep. But of course, the modern backgammon and a computer proved that making 3-point is very variable, even though it's maybe a little bit too deep, because the inner point is the inner point, So obviously, Big Shi, who just started backgammon a few months ago, didn't know the theory, but at least he thinks by his brain, he is not the guy who just memorized all the opening position. He was just trying to figure it out, and that's very important in backgammon. So I don't blame him too much,
Yeah.
But in theory, of course, making 3 is just better,
It's one of those points. It improves both your blitzing potential and as well as your prime, because this point can still be part of your prime. So
right, yeah. I mean, also anytime you hit, he has more chance to dance. So
exactly.
It's just big.
And then we have a decision actually in the second roll here for Saxman, because it's very unusual to see this 5-3 opening.
Yeah, I think I never seen this 6-4 maybe like last 15 years or something. It's first time. Mm-hmm. But his play makes sense. What else can you do? Making a 2-point is a little bit too deep, and staying back and split and down is probably a mistake, right? Yeah. Because if you split and down, then his 5-3 is kind of justified, because now he has more ammunition to go for the bar point. So going to the 14 makes sense.
Yeah.
So good move.
Good move. Then we have a 5-4.
5-4. I would split. It's like not a big mistake, but I would split the 4 and 5 hit on the ace, just getting a tempo. And the ace is like triplicated. He has to hit with the ace, or he want to hit the loose on the 5-point, and he can save the blot on the 14. So ace is triplicated, kind of.
Yeah.
So what's the best play? What's the best play here?
The best play is hitting on the ace.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure.
And also we see that actually Big C has 10 checkers in the zone, so it's kind of a blitzing move as well.
Okay, yeah, it's a good point.
So it makes sense.
So it makes no sense. So for those who are not very familiar with Backgammon Galaxy, the best play is on bottom left, bottom right?
Exactly, that's the computer play down here.
And yellow means error, and red means blunder.
Yeah, like we see here in the opening. Okay, then we get to this roll, a double 4 for Saxman.
Yeah. So the best play apparently is making a 5 from the mid, which guarantee the 5-point. You have a permanent set, and that's just the best, making a 5-point and put him on the bar. And what he did is he put 2 on the bar, which is a good thing, but he didn't get the 5-point yet. So if a Big C lost the 5, the Saxman lose everything, right? So the lesson here is if you could make a 5 point, if you could get it, you just get it, you know?
Yeah. It's just too strong of a move to miss up. You improve your blitz, your prime, you lock up
Yeah.
16 pips in the race. Yeah, but not an easy move. With double 4 here, you have a lot of different move variations, and you can easily get confused.
Right.
He did
But
make
you know what? One of my philosophy is that if making a point is stronger than hitting loose, that is my easy tips in the beginning of the game. So if you could make a point instead of hitting loose, you should just do it.
That's a very good
Because
point.
if you make a point that is like permanent as said, if you hit loose, you could maybe get a better point, but maybe not, you know? So in Backgammon, if you could make a point, just make it.
That's a very good point. If he'd followed that logic, he could have found the right move.
I hope so, yeah.
Okay, then we get to the 5-2 forced move with a hit, a 4-3.
Yeah, so this is my tips here. You're gonna enter with 4, right? And then 3, you have 2 options. You can hit loose on the 5 point. This way, you might get a 5 point, but you may not, right? But you can make a 10 point. This is for sure. You guarantee the 10 point because you make it, right? So now my philosophy goes to the 10 point because you make a point.
Yeah, so making a point is, yeah, the same lesson as before. Making a point is usually better than hitting loose.
Yes.
Another detail is that he uses his last spare checker on the 8 to make the loose hit on the 5 point. He'd prefer to use the stack on his 6 point to make that loose hit on the 5 point.
Right.
Okay, then we get a 4-1. He has 2 good options here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. So he could hit twice, double hit.
The double tiger?
Yeah, some people call it double tiger because you leave double blots. The other option is what he did, making a 20 and hit loose. I wasn't sure which is better. I mean, both play has pros and cons. Yeah. It's very difficult to compare, basically.
Yes, it's a toss-off. Both moves are strong.
Then
he gets a 6-3.
6-3, yeah. You gotta come out one of them, and he did it. That's fine.
That's fine. And then he gets a double 5.
Yeah.
For big C.
So he actually found the best play here, which is not easy. I wasn't sure. The other option is making a 2 points, making a 3 and making a 1. And in the actual game, I said that I'm gonna make a 3 and 1. I mean, making a 2 points. But apparently, can you see the difference between the best move and my move?
Yes. So we have it here. It's
okay. So it's a big
blunder.
Yeah, it's a big error to make both points. What happened here is that so after double 5, the race is actually white is up in the race, right? So if you are up in the race, it's generally correct to run from the backman.
Yes.
Because you're up in the race.
You don't want to get stuck on deep points when you're up in the race.
Right, and you don't want to commit to blitzing options because it's not a right idea.
Yes. Yeah, first of all, he just has 9 checkers in the zone. That's not really enough for a blitz. And second of all, he has a long way home with his back checkers. So again, the blitz is going to fall short of ammunition.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure that if he understands those strategy, but he just find it, you know, he may be good. Yeah.
So maybe if this back checker was on the 6 point here.
Then you're gonna go for the blitz.
Then you probably want to go for the blitz, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's very different.
Yes. Okay, then we get the double 4, which wasn't an easy move. Again, he has a lot of variations.
So he played 39 3 times, which is actually my play, but it's a smaller error.
It's quite close, I would say. The difference is the dilemma is: do you make the solid outside prime, or do you just play safe with a blot and not get hit? So what kind of variables do you consider here, Mochy, when you're choosing between these two ideas?
Oh, I mean, to defend myself, if blue is down in the race, right, then my play would be correct. But since after double 4, blue is going to be up in the race, right? So maybe that's why saving a blot is better than blocking a point.
Yeah. Okay, so the race is a crucial factor here. If we're down in the race, we want to improve our prime value.
Yeah.
And if we're up in the race, we prefer to play safe and not get hit.
Right. It's very, backgammon is race.
Backgammon is a race.
Yeah.
Okay, 5-1, that's easy.
Yeah.
5-1, that's also easy. He has to clear the blots. 5-4, you need to slot the 4 point. He makes a strange move here. It's not that it's that bad.
Oh, 8-4, 8-3.
It's just strange. It's not a beautiful play to put that dilly builder on the 3 point. It's more beautiful just to slot the 4 point like this. But it's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, the play like this can be fixed by watching experts. If you watch many games played by expert players or grandmasters, then your game will be improved, because grandmasters never do it because it's not beautiful. I can't explain. Yeah.
Actually, he did make that move.
Oh, he didn't make a
It's
all right.
A stupid. You know what?
Okay.
It's because the galaxy rating of these players are so low that it's only the 1-ply analysis on Backgammon Galaxy.
Oh, I see.
I suspect that this would change if we ran it on a 3-ply or 4-ply.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
then
never mind. He did make the natural move.
Yeah, move forward then.
Okay, 4-1.
Okay, just play safe.
Save somehow. He made a small error. He made this move. I don't think it's that bad.
No, I would do the same, I guess.
Maybe it's a 1-ply thing. And double 6s.
Double 6s, yeah. This one I would agree with the bot here. I mean, so white is up like 22 pips, So natural play is just go to the race by playing to 8 points, because this is minimizing a contact.
Why isn't this a bigger mistake? I was expecting a slightly bigger error here. Is it something to do with the racing efficiency?
Maybe it's a pass anyway. I don't know. We can see it.
That's why. Yeah, that makes sense. It's gonna be a pass anyway next roll. Okay, 6-3-2, and here we have the double.
Okay.
I think we didn't really like the take from Saxman in this position.
Yeah, I thought it was a pass.
Yeah, 17 pips. It's slightly too much. We do have some contact between the last two anchors here, but it's just 4 pips of contact zone. It's not a lot. And 17 pips. What do you think the winning chances in this position is, Mochy?
Oh, I'm not a computer, so I don't know, but it must be less than 25, maybe like 24, 23, maybe.
So you think it would be a close decision if it was a money game cube, but in this match, when it's a 3-point match, you need to let it go?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would agree. I think it's a pass at 3-point, but I wouldn't really be sure if the score was, if it was a money game. Okay, let's see the details. Okay, it's a big pass.
Only 20%.
Only 20.5%. Okay, so it seems to be a pass for money as well.
Yeah, it is a pass for money. But the thing is that there is a contact 4 pips apart. That means if white rolls 6-5, then he can break a contact, and any doublet except double 4, like double 6s, double 5, double 3s, double deuce, double 1, those in total 7 numbers, he can break the contact. It might sound only 7 numbers, but white has a lot of spare checkers on a 7 point and 8 point, so he can wait. He has a chance to roll those 7 numbers, maybe 4 times or 5 times. So eventually he's gonna roll it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this contact is not enough. If blue's point is on 16 points instead of 15, then it's gonna be a take, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like small take for this score, but a big take for money.
Yes. So you would increase the contact zone and thereby increase the contact value from Saxman.
Yeah.
So Saxman has 2 ways of winning this game. He has his race value and he has a little bit of contact value. And when you increase the contact zone, his chances of winning by contact, by hitting a shot, increases a bit.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was a big blunder for Saxman to take this cube.
But then we gonna see some strange moves by him, by Big C. So W2 is a very good start. It's one of the best rolls. Yeah.
5-2.
He did it right. 5-2, just make it. Then 6-2.
6-2. He can't break the contact yet.
Yeah.
5-2, another race move, and here we have it, the first one.
Then 4-3. So what white should be trying here is breaking a contact, and this number 4-3 allows him to do it, but he didn't do it. So we wonder why, what was the idea behind it.
Yeah, he's up so much in the race. There's absolutely no use of this contact right here. It's only a downside. He could get hit.
Yeah.
It's a very clear idea. When you're up in the race, race.
Right.
But he didn't. Then we get a 6-1 for Saxman.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get another 4-3. And yet again, he finds another move.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to hit him, not breaking a contact. Big C wanted to hit Saxman, I don't know, but it's clearly a long idea. But once again, it's good to see that he is following some idea, because we can fix it. Once he could fix his idea, then he can improve his games, right?
Good point. Yes.
So lesson here is, if you are up in the race, breaking a contact, undo race. If you are down in the race, keep the contact and waiting for a shot, because you need to hit.
Yes. In my book, From Basics to Backgammon, I put that rule of thumb as the #1 lesson.
Yeah,
in Backgammon.
this is #1 lesson. Yeah.
Okay, so and then we see that Saxman gets a very strong 5-5 that equalizes the race to some extent, and he actually makes a good play here, because he might be thinking the same. He might be thinking, I'm downside 6 pips after the move, so maybe I should wait for contact and just play something else. But he did find the right move. So why is this the right idea, to move the checkers and break the contact?
Well, first of all, the race is close enough. I mean, after the 5-5, it's 80 pips, so 6 pips down only. Plus, white has 2 more crossovers. Means white has 3 checkers to coming into the inner ball, right? And blue has only 1. So that's another thing. And the distribution, black's distribution is a good distribution, but white is more like flat and many checkers on the ace point, the deuce point, and 3 point. So it's bad for the race. So it means, triangle structure is the best structure for the race, and blue has it, and white doesn't have it. So in the race-wise, blue is actually closer than 6 pips, maybe 2 pips or something.
So the cost of staying here for contact would be quite severe in terms of race equity, since he would bury a lot of checkers, which isn't efficient in a race. You shouldn't do it. It's out of question. It's gonna be big blunder. Yes, we can see how big it is. It's not even in the top 3, so it must be a big mistake. Okay, and then we get into a race. It's not too interesting. In a race, you just want to have an efficient bear-off structure as possible. We talked about this triangle before. The idea with the triangle structure is that you use minimum effort to get your checkers into the home board and have as little wastage as possible when you start bearing the checkers off.
Right. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I remember that Saxman makes a mistake in 3-1. Small mistake, but I just want to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Was it
3-1.
Mm-hmm.
So blue rose 3-1. 3 is off because number one rule in bear off is if you could take it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And ace, you could play 4-3 or 5-4, and he played 4-3, right?
No, he played 5-4. Was it?
Oh no.
Was it?
No, that
another?
is the. No. So after 3 off,
Yeah.
he should have played.
Sorry. Yes, he played 4-3. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here in this case, the unstack the heavy 5-point is more important than splitting a checkers.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You gain from the double fours. You improve on your distribution. This split doesn't really do all that much for you.
Yes. And if you keep rolling a 4, then you would pile up the deuce point or ace point.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we have just racing moves. Let's see if they have any decisions. A small decision here, a little bit similar to Saxman, how to move the 4.
Yeah, but this is more difficult, I guess.
Yeah.
But once again, you're gonna unload the heavy points.
Yeah.
So 5-point has 6 checkers, and the 6-point has only 4 checkers. So
yeah, better to unstack the heavy point.
yeah.
That's a micro decision. Okay, 6-4.
Mm-hmm. He did it. Yeah, 5-4.
Oh, here we have an error. That's a big error.
Oh.
So the 5 comes off, of course, and now we have a 4 to play.
Okay.
He chose to play 6-2, but the right idea is to play 5-1.
Yeah, because you want to have a check on the 6-point. You don't want to waste your 6.
Yeah. And again, we have a stacked 5-point. Okay, and I think that's it for this game. Yes. Okay, let's go to game 2. The game just had 2 games in it, so we're halfway through. 4-3 opening for Saxman. Now he's down 0-2 Crawford. That means that he doesn't care about winning a gammon, since he is 2 wins away from victory anyway. So he should basically just make the move that wins more games.
Right. And same goes to Big C as well.
Yeah, he doesn't care about losing gammon. That's true. So it's essentially a double match point score that we're seeing here. Okay, so he chooses to make the big split, which I guess is a good idea. The gammon go move would be to bring 2 checkers down, so you have more ammunition for a blitz and more potential to build the prime. In this case, he just splits his back checkers. Do you have any preferences, Mochy, from the big split?
I would play minus split and down with the 4, but it's fine either way. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
It's a very small decision.
And here we have a clearly wrong idea from Big C. So let's talk about this one. He made this strange move of playing 3 aces from the 6-point.
Okay.
And then he made the split with the back checkers.
Right. Well, possible.
Yeah,
I mean, making a 5-point is clear. So we're gonna talk about the rest of the 2, right?
Yeah.
Then after you split to the 23, you don't want to play 6-5 because the 6-point is the best point.
To have a spare checker.
To have the spare checker. So you just weaken your position by playing a wrong ace. if you play 6 to 5, it's better do nothing. If you just play 3 times and pick up the dice, it's better.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it's illegal, and illegal is not allowed in Backgammon Galaxy. But my point is, if you play 6-5, you basically weaken the position. So don't do it. And going to 22 is better. The other idea is making 5 and 7. And most people do it actually. But this is also a wrong idea. Can you show how big mistake is?
Yes. This is a 31 mistake. So he actually made a better play than most people would.
Okay, it's interesting. But after you make a 5 point, you're a huge favorite already. So I don't want to give Blot on the 8 point and give him a chance to come back. Like if you play 8-7 twice, then you left a Blot on the 8 point, which can be hit with 2-6 and 3-5 and double 4. That's too huge. Yeah. You have already a good position, and you gotta satisfy with it, and you gotta touch with the backman.
Yeah, and that's also an important point, that you gain a lot from splitting your back checkers.
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
Some blitz for 10 points. Yeah.
Okay. 5-2. He enters, and he has 2 choices. He chooses to come down.
That's fine.
That's fine, yeah. It's a toss-up between coming out or coming down. Then the double deuces.
It's a good play, yeah, making 9. Even outside point is very variable. A 9 point is, 7 point is the best outside point. 9 point is followed by 7. 7, 9, 10, 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, since the 9 point is still part of his prime structure. So it's very good. And as well, he unstacks the heavy midpoint.
Right.
This is a good move.
Yeah, it's a very good move.
From Big C. Okay, then we have the double 5 for Saxman.
Okay. Oh, so in the actual game, I said his play is the best play, but in fact, it's not.
Yeah. No, I think actually you said, Mochy, that you would make this play when you make the ace and running. But he.
So can you show the analysis for all of them?
Yes. Let's see. Okay. So this is your move. Oh, this was your move.
My play is a little bit back, but it's not a big blunder.
It might even change if we go analyze it on higher settings.
Oh, I see. Well, anyway, it's not a big deal. I mean, my idea was you're gonna be up in the race, so I wanna go from the back and then put him on the bar. That was my idea. Again, race is very important factor in my decision.
And but the computer seems to like the blitzing move, even though that we are up in the race and we're stuck with 2 back checkers.
Well, I'm not a computer, but let me guess what computer thinks. That computer thinks that, hey, I have like 10 checkers in the zone, right? And I make 2 points, and without leaving a blot. I mean, there's a blot on the 10 point, but it's quite safe. And my backman are split, so I can come out with any 5 or any 6 any given moment, right? So that's probably his thinking process. I mean, of course, he doesn't have a brain, but if he's a human, yeah.
I guess that another point is that the blitz and the racing game plans kind of go hand in hand. So they don't exclude each other. That, for instance, the prime game plan and the blitz game plan, oftentimes they exclude each other, because when you go make deep points, you can make a prime. But in this case, you still have quite good racing equity, because you can escape so easily with 5s and 6s.
Yeah.
So you have the luxury, so to say, to make the blitz. What if I'm thinking about a position alteration where we would need to run. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Anyway, it seems to be a close decision between blitzing full on and
Mm-hmm.
making the halfway blitz, half run, half blitz.
Yeah.
His play wasn't that big of an error as well.
Yeah. Wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, I guess it's the match score where his gammon doesn't really affect the match score anyway.
Yeah, the weakness of his play is leaving too many shots. If just make a 3-point calmly, he leaves like 2-6, get hit, 3-5, 3-6, 4-5, and double 3.
Yeah.
So it's how many numbers? Like
That's
nine numbers or
nine
something?
numbers, yes.
Yeah. If you make an ace point, you only get hit by like 4, 6, and double 5, which is 3 numbers. So that's why his play is weaker than my play.
Yes, of course. And we can click on the moves here and we can see the difference in gammons. So Saxman wins 11.6% gammons, which is obviously doesn't matter in the move he makes, and in the blitzing move he wins a 19% gammon. So there's a big difference in gammon wins at the normal scores.
Yeah, normal score would be much better.
Yeah. Okay, then Big C gets a great shot. He makes an anchor.
Anchor.
That's a great shot. 5-1.
Then this is 5-1. This is what we were talking about. The big blunder, conceptually, strategically. Yeah, in every way, it's a big blunder, 5-1. He should just hide the blot and focus on the backman because blue is up in the race. His only concern is the backman trapped in the 24. So save the blot and concentrate on that thing. What he did is leaving a blot, right? So he could get hit. Yeah, and you don't really want to step up on the 23 as well, but it's a minor factor. The biggest issue here is just hide the blot because why you do it? You want to make a 10 point?
Yeah.
I don't understand the reason behind it. Maybe I don't really know. I want to interview him actually.
Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe he was thinking about flexibility.
Okay.
It does have more flexibility with a spare checker on the ace, a builder on the 10, and 3 checkers on the 13. Maybe his focus is he focuses too much on flexibility and thinking that playing 10 to 4 it will leave him a stripped 8-point and no flexibility in the outfield. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
And what about this ace? You didn't like coming up to the 23 point. You thought it was inferior.
Yeah. If you step up in the 23, you'll be under you prime yourself basically. Your 6 will be blocked, and he might hit you by some jokers like double 6s. I mean, we don't know, but stepping up 23 in general is a bad idea.
Yeah, his direct range, he steps into a direct range of many more checkers, both for priming purposes and blitzing purposes. Whereas if he's in the 24 point, his direct range only consists of these 5 checkers. So there's much less blitz danger on the 24 point than on the 23 point.
Right.
And he prefers to use his 6s on this side of the board rather than on his own side of the board, which isn't that good. He doesn't have any good 6s on his side of the board. So, yeah. Okay. I'm a bit surprised actually that it's not a bigger blunder than this. I thought it would be bigger. I guess he does gain some flexibility somehow.
Nah, it's because of DMP.
Yeah, so gammon loss doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, 4-2. This is interesting. We didn't even talk. We were too busy discussing the 5-1. So we didn't even see this play. But look at the computer move.
13-7, that makes sense. Although it's a very small error to play safe.
Yeah.
But logically, his white is down in the race, and 7 point is the gap between 4 prime. So he wants to fill it up, and even if he get hit, he can have a multiple return shot from the roof. So it makes sense. So I like his play. I like computer's play.
Okay. And then the 5-4.
Then 5-4.
He did make a
Yeah.
good play though, to run
Yeah.
all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But the weakness is the 2 blots, the double shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but once again, if you up in the race, do race. Hoping just cross your finger and
Yeah.
see what happens. And he gets hit, get penalized. Oh, okay. So white roll double 5, hit twice, that's for sure. Then he should just go to the 10 point.
Ah,
Is
that's
that
interesting. That's interesting. It's a match score thing. I think 95% of players would make the same play as Big C did, namely just making the 4 point. It seems so natural and so strong.
Yeah, I made the same play. I would have made the same play. But obviously, why you leave a 3-6 and why you stuck on the 15 points when you can make a 10 point?
Yeah, you just want to win the game. You don't need the gammon.
You are up, I don't know, like 20 pips or something after the move?
Yeah, something like this. I think so, yes. 20. Yeah, it's probably like around 20 pips, 19 pips or something. 16 pips.
16 pips, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we get the 4-2. He slots. Okay, at least he slots the right point here with the 4-2. He doesn't play a strange 4, something like this. 5-2. Yeah.
You hit with the deuce and come down with a 5.
Yeah.
But somehow he played like 9-4, which is not necessary. First of all, he leaves more shots. If you leave a shot on the midpoint, he got hit with 3-1, 2-1 double race, which is 5 numbers. If you leave a shot on a 9 point, which will be hit with 3-6 only, it's 2 numbers.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, plus 9 point is better builder.
Yeah.
I mean, 9 point can make a 7 point on 3 point, and 9 point itself is a good point to make, right? If you play from 9 to 4, then you cannot make a 9 point, you cannot make a 7 point. Basically, you don't want to put the builder on front loaded. You want to put the builder on the rear, so that it covers more, basically.
So this is the concept of front loading versus back loading.
Yeah.
You don't want to front load your spare checkers on your structure. You prefer to keep it more fluid and more back loaded, preferably, rather than front loaded. Yeah. Obviously, it's not that bad to bring a builder here to the 4 point. He can use it to hit, but it's just the wrong idea. It's much better placed on the 9 point. Okay, he gets the double 3. He builds. Then we saw this strange move. 6-2. Which is a quite good shot actually, because he can just point in his face on the deuce point.
Right.
But he made this strange move of playing 13-5.
Well, I actually found out that this is minimizing a shot, because it's only leave like 6-2, 5-4, double 4 to get hit.
That's 5 shots.
5 shot, but if you make a deuce point, then you get hit with 3-5, 1-5, and 3-1, and double 1, so which is 7 numbers. So his play is minimizing a shot. His play minimizes a shot, but
that's why it's not a blunder.
Yeah, that's not a blunder, but it's still a bad play. Because getting hit here is not a fatal. The more important factor here is you just want to make a point in your inner board.
Yes.
And lap the game.
And by blitzing him, you destroy all his contact value unless he angers up. With his play, he has a lot of contact value, because then he could anger up, or he could even, maybe he doesn't even need to anger up, but you still have a long way home with your checkers on the 15 point and even on the blot on the 11. So I think it's just a matter of blitzing to eliminate your opponent's contact chances, basically.
Yeah. Also, Blue really wants to make a 4-point, and if you don't hit him, you let him make a point.
That's a good
Any
point.
twist on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has twos or deuces to make the 4-point. He has aces to anchor up.
And 6-3, 5-4. Actually 5-4 hits, but some nines make a 4-point as well.
Yeah, that's true. And what about the 5-4? That hits. It's duplicated. He wants to make the 7-point, but it also hits. Yeah. Anyway, that's true. You give a lot. You give more hitting numbers, but way fewer good shots to your opponent after making the deuce point.
You know what? Over the board, I wouldn't think that way. I just think, you need very strong reason not to make a point and hit at the same time. This is called point on, right?
Yeah.
If you could point him on, then you usually should have very strong reason not to do it. And this doesn't apply here.
I agree.
We would just make a play in 1 second.
Yes. Very few players would actually think about this. It just seems such a clear play. Okay. 6-5. This was a difficult move, I think.
Yeah.
It's difficult to find the best play here. So what are the factors you need to think about?
Difficult. I would say, I remember he plays maybe in 10 seconds or even 8 seconds.
That's true, but he didn't have much time left. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
He played this move, which is actually a pretty good move. It's not too bad.
Well, I don't play 13-2, or I would touch Backgammon. I would come out with 6 and then think about the 5.
Yeah.
Both 5 are good. 13-8 is a little bit better, but.
So the alternative would be to come out here?
Yeah, no, I guess it's too big. Blue is looking for contact, so I would stay back on a 23 at least.
Yeah. You prefer to have the spare checker on the 23 rather than the 22?
Yeah, because you have more contact. Actually, most likely you will get hit anyway. Say, look at the best play, 20-16 and 13-8. You will get hit with any deuce and 6, right? Then after that, you might have a deuce point. If you roll a deuce, then you can get good timing in deuce point game.
What about the risk of him pointing in your head on the 22 point? You prefer, if he is to point in your head, that he does it on the 23 point rather than the 22 point, right?
Right. That's another fact as well.
Okay. And a 5-4. Oof. This hurts my eyes. This play he makes.
Yeah.
He makes this play.
He
He didn't want to hit with 6. He didn't want to hit with 6-2 and make the point. But now he makes the loose hit.
Yeah. Clearly, he didn't understand the concept in this game. You are up in the race, so you do play safe, and you don't want any contact. Clearing the 15 applies all the strategic points, but he forgot everything and just going for the attack.
Yeah, he's a very aggressive player. He only wants to win by blitz, doesn't care about the race. Okay, yeah, that's a wrong idea, obviously. 2-1, he gets the hit, and he even makes a good play. I think I would have a big decision here whether to stay slotted on the 4-point or not, because obviously it's quite ugly to put that dilly builder and stack up on the 3-point.
Exactly. I wasn't sure about that.
That's a tough decision. Let's see how. Wow, it's close.
Yeah.
It's super close. Okay.
Because the race is close.
Yeah, the race is very close after this move.
Yeah.
So that's in favor of the safe play because of the race is close, right?
If race is still down a lot, then he should stay there and try to make a 4-point. But now race is pretty close, so he can he doesn't need to make a 4-point to win. So that's why this is close.
Ah, yeah. Good point. Okay, so then we have the 3-1.
Okay.
Again, he opts for the aggressive 3. He's a very aggressive player. Big C. I guess it's better to be too aggressive than too passive when you're playing backgammon, but that's clearly his bias.
And
And
this 3-1 is fine.
It's okay. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Double 4.
Dance. 4-1. Make a
4-1. That's
hit. Yeah.
pretty good.
I mean, yeah, pretty good. 3-2.
6-3. He ideally he would like to hit and make the double hit to try to
No,
make
no,
the 5
6-3.
point. Yes, but he can't because he rolled 6-3, so there are no hits.
Ah, yeah, sure.
But before you roll the dice, that's what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm gonna attack this checker and make the double hit. So yeah,
Right.
he has to run.
Mhm.
Fan, double 3. This is a good play.
Good play.
I didn't
yeah.
think that he would see the point shift, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's the right idea. And 6-2, 6-5. You clear from the rear.
Yeah.
Dance. 6-1. This is a good play actually, because he doesn't make the 9 point. It's like, why do you want to make the 9 point? You want to just clear your checkers. So he makes this. It's a good play.
Yeah, I like it. Now he's trying to minimize the contacts.
Yeah. 6-3. He gets the anger.
Okay. 6-3.
4-3.
4-3. Small mistake, but it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. He should have cleared from the rear. 3-2. Okay.
No, 3-1.
Oh, sorry, 3-1. Yeah, it's no biggie. He makes this move. It would be a little bit better to mobilize the dead, semi-dead checkers on the 3 point, but no big deal. 6-4, forced move almost. 5-2, make it the 4 point. 6-2, he leaves the shot.
Yeah.
2-1.
Then get hit.
And now Saxman is playing a containment game. So any considerations on the ace, or it doesn't really matter too much where you play it?
Yeah, I don't really care about the ace. I wouldn't slot, but whatever else, it's fine.
Yeah, you wouldn't slot because your opponent still has the 5 point board, right?
Yeah.
So it's too dangerous to get hit there. If he was crunched to a 4 point board, maybe you would make the slot.
Right. Maybe he has only 3 point board or so, then I would slot.
Then it's easy to slot. Double aces, that's a good shot. Steps up to the edge of the prime. 5-4, this was a big decision. Do you hit or not? Okay, you need to make the hit. You need to make the hit here. I wasn't completely sure because you do use your last spare checker on the 6, and you would prefer to use these checkers on the 3 point to make the hit. But I guess it's a containment game, and the threat from Big C is the escape. And the only way to prevent the escape is to go for the hit. And you also have the enters that opens up, for instance, 2-4, 1-4.
Yeah.
Where he comes in and he has to open up his board.
Yeah. Plus like double 2 breaks the board as well.
Double 2, yeah, that's true. 3-1.
This was a huge blunder.
Oof, that's a big one.
That 5-1, I mean 5-4 before was also an error, but this is like a mega blunder here. Yeah. Because what happened here is, look at his board. White has no spare on 5-4-3-2. That means if you hit loose, his deuce, any deuce almost, like 2-4 leave a shot, 2-3 leave a shot, double 2 doesn't leave a shot but breaks the ball, and even 2-1 leave a shot, right?
Yeah.
So there's almost no downside. Only 2-5 and 2-6 would be a real hit. Plus, white can roll like 1-3, 1-4, stuff like this. And plus, you use the a heavy 3 point. The point, you really unstack, want to unstack.
Efficiency. You want to use these checkers efficiently to make the next point. Yeah, so in all ways, this is just a very, very clear play. And he was under time pressure here. I think he had 11 seconds left or something. So he couldn't find the right move. 6-1. He runs, and then unfortunately he made a blunder actually. This isn't an easy move because you're so upset of not hitting the triple shot.
Wow. All right. 14, 11, 13, 7. Why is that? Double deuce and double one? Maybe that. No, actually, sorry. The best play is 13, 7, 5, 2.
Yeah.
So that is 3-1 is okay. 3-1 leave a shot.
It's difficult to explain this reasoning behind this move.
Well, 3-1 leave a shot and double 5 leave a shot. So 3 numbers get a shot.
Okay, yeah. So
That's the one.
This is a highly tactical move. I have a rule of thumb saying that when you get to an endgame position where you basically just have a couple of checkers on each side to play with, it's like a hypergammon position. And hypergammon is hyper tactical, meaning that you have to count the dice numbers. That's what decides the best. There's not really any strategy left in the game. It's just tactics, it's just calculations. So I guess your explanation was that making the computer move, you get 3 shots. You have 3 rolls that leaves a shot next time.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So it's difficult, especially if you're under time pressure, to find the best move here. And it's quite merciless.
I mean, with the time, it's difficult.
Yeah. It's
actually, you wanted to get hit. It's better to get past. You know, if you get past, the game is over. But if you get hit, you always have like return shot from the roof. Your lace is so far behind. Say hero like 2-5, he has to hit, right?
Yes.
Then blue has a return shot from the roof like 6-4 instance. Or maybe repeating shots like blue dance, and while white is bearing off, he might get another shot.
That's a great point. You actually force him to make some hits with some of his rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2-1, 2-5, double deuce, something like that.
Yeah, 2-1 he could play without the hit.
Yeah, but then leave a shot, of course. So.
That's true. Sorry. Yeah,
4-1.
Good point. Okay, cool. And then we got into the race, and it was all over from here. And we see the match statistics. We had a Big C played a 8.6, and Saxman played as a rookie with an error rate of 15. Okay. Thanks a lot, Mochy. This was very educational. I hope that the viewers loved this video and learned a lot. Thanks a lot for coming on the show, and I hope that you'll be back soon again.
All right, thank you very much. It was very interesting, and I also learned a lot from you and a lot from the players, and I will do it again.
Great, that's great. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Backgammon Pro Analysis. BackgammonGalaxy.com. Play among the stars. Available on browser, tablet, and smartphone. Subscribe to see more backgammon videos. Tell us which backgammon videos you want to see.